It's Andrea, and I have been requested to make a IV video, so here you go. There's lots of IV videos on the internet, but this is the only one you'll find from me, I guess. Anyway, what I like to do is start by getting all of my supplies ready first before doing anything else. Obviously, this is after we've done like patient identifiers and hand hygiene and all that fun stuff.
It's a mochi. Yeah, is it in the video?
Yeah, it's actually in the video.
Mochi.
Just make sure you put this somewhere that it's not going to accidentally get touched. This is probably good to put this way so that this part stays sterile. And then what I like to do is I like to have my tape on the back of my gloves. So pretend I have gloves on. Oh, this is the last of the tape. And then I like to have one long skinny piece and then another short fat piece, but I don't have enough tape right now. So this, I think it's easier to have this part, the cap off already, and then you can just keep it under here to keep it clean. That way you don't have to do it like one-handed or whatever. And then just have this pre-attached in here. So all of my supplies are set up. So now I can just tie this off and find the vein and then immediately go into doing this instead of tying it, finding a vein, taking it off, setting up my supplies, and then putting it back on. And I like how I've been doing it is I tighten it like an X, and then I take one excess part and I just tuck it like halfway under, and then that way to take it off I just have to pull that, and it's super easy. Okay, so I'm gonna select a vein, and it's okay to palpate or do whatever you need to do to get the veins to show up. It looks like I have a really good one right here. So I'm going to crack this and clean it. Start in the middle and go around to the outside like that. You can throw that away. Okay, so with the bevel up, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little hole on the top of the needle. Probably can't see it on here, but you can look at yours at home. And if you want, you can stabilize the arm with the other hand, but don't touch where you're gonna actually put the needle into. So I'm stabilizing the arm, and then I'm gonna come in at a...
Why is tape on your hand?
You'll see in a second. You can come in at a 45 to 30 degree angle, and it doesn't really matter how you hold this as long as you don't touch the catheter. I found that an easy way to do it on the mannequins, because it's so hard to push it in, is like grasping it like this, holding it kind of like how Voldemort holds his wand, and then advancing the catheter with my thumb. So here we go. I'm gonna do it that way, because that's how I'm probably gonna do it on checkoff with the mannequin. So you stick it in the vein, and then on the mannequin, at least, when you feel like you've made it through the resistance, then you can go a little bit further and then decrease your angle, and then only push the catheter forward, not the needle. Then you need to hold pressure with the opposite hand with your middle fingers. Grab the hub, which is the pink part, or pinch it with your left hand. And you need to push pretty hard on this, otherwise blood's gonna come out. Then twist this off. Grab this, which should have still been in here. I don't know why it's not. Twist it on. Once it's just like on there, it doesn't even have to be on all the way. You can let go of pressure. Twist it on the rest of the way. Undo this, because that's uncomfortable and shouldn't be on here longer than 2 minutes. then you can, well, you can continue to have this pinch just so it's not moving around. And then you can flush immediately, or you can put your Tegaderm on and then flush, which is how Donaldson does it. He said that depending on which facility you're going to be in, some facilities want to be able to have access to the hub to untwist this. So in that case, you would put the Tegaderm like that. But some places want you to cover the whole thing so that it is protected from germs. I like to cover the whole thing. But I think for checkoffs, you can do it however you want. So you make sure that's on there, then you can flush the whole 10 mLs. We're not gonna actually flush for checkoff. You can take that off and put it away. And then you take this off. And then I'll show you how I do my tape. Donaldson really liked how I did it. You don't have to do it this way, but it's kind of like how we secured the nasogastric tubes last semester. But I put the tape underneath the tube, sticky side up, then I cross it over like this. And then I take the other side and cross it to the other side like that. And then that way the tube is just totally secured. The other piece of tape, I like to have it going back that direction because the IV pole is usually next to or behind the patient. It's not over here. And then as long as you have enough room for it to not like get kinked up, like you don't really want it like this, and it's just better to kind of have it spaced apart. And then I usually just tape it down right under the hub, or I mean I guess you could do it up here too, but I like doing this so it has room to move around a little bit. And then you want to write down the initials, time, date. What are my initials, Jojo? Today is the 20th. It is 7:30 p.m. It's 19:30. I used a 20 gauge.
They probably don't want to see me.
And then just the important thing with this is put it somewhere where it's not gonna impede your view of the IV site. But I like to put it on the edge of the Tegaderm. That way there's not just more tape on the patient to rip hair off and all that. And then you're done. And then to DC, what you're gonna do is make a little bundle of trash. I find it's easier to grab it down here by the hub. And you can secure this with one hand so the catheter's not moving all around inside of their arm. So once you have your little bundle of trash, and the only thing that should be touching the, oh, that looks like it was uncomfortable. The only thing that should be touching the patient is the clear catheter tube, and then you get your gauze, which you should have already had ready. Put it right here, do some light pressure, pull this out, and then hold it with pressure for 1 or 2 minutes. And apparently you need to hold it with pressure for 1 to 2 minutes. Don't ask the patient to hold pressure on themselves. And then tape it down. Oh, and also, I'm just gonna pretend I taped it down because that tape's stupid. When you take it out, you want to inspect the catheter to make sure that it's intact. That's it. If anybody has any questions, you can text me or message me on Discord, but I hope that was helpful. If it wasn't clear, hopefully it was at least translucent. And I'll see you in class. Bye!